Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back to a new episode in Microsoft Flight Sim. This is our third tutorial of the series. So I thought we'll do something a little bit different, and it is related to Flight Simulator, but it could also be related to a lot of the other games that you may play. So a few weeks ago, NVIDIA released DLSS4 with their new 50,000 series of graphics cards, or 50 series should I say. So I, as you know, run the 4070. If you've watched my systems tutorial, have a quick look on my settings tutorial, which is I think is the first tutorial of the lot. I didn't think personally this would make such a big difference to me in Flight Sim, but I thought a lot of people have been raving about it, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I actually found that I was going from around, I don't know, 40 frames a second to over 100 at some points, mostly in the 70s, but over 100 at some points, which then meant I could then increase my graphic settings because the card is obviously using the software more efficiently. So the main thing that DLSS4 does, and I'm no expert with graphics cards or sort of PC things really, but basically what it does, it causes increased multi-frame generation. And basically, it's a new technology. So we've had DLSS3 for quite some time, I think. And I think, wow, I don't think it was 3 actually. I think it was 2 and then 3.5. And then obviously we're now on to 4. So what I thought I'd do is do a quick video and show you how to do this. So what I would suggest doing, I had a bit of a tinker with this and it took a little while. So what I'd suggest doing is if you've got your NVIDIA app, I would personally remove the graphics setting, basically do a complete clean install of your graphics drivers. So what you need to do first is you need to head on to the browser. Let's have a quick look, and I'll just bring this across, and then you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to type NVIDIA app. And basically what I'm going to do, just click on the first option and download the newest NVIDIA app. So once you've got that downloaded and installed, I'll just show you and launch it from here. So it looks a little bit different to before. First things first, you need to make sure your graphics card, like I said, I run the 4070 series. You need to click onto drivers and ensure that you've got the latest version, which is 572.16, which was released on the 30th of January this year. So once you've done that, there's a few ways that people do this. The easiest way I found personally was to download the DLSS swapper. So currently it doesn't natively swap to DLSS4 with Flight Sim 2024. So you need an external piece of software to do that. And that is something called DLSS swapper. So what we'll do is we'll just close this down for now. Once that's all installed, all your drivers are up to date, just close it down and leave it to one side. I've got a shortcut on my desktop for now, but that's mainly just for the purpose of the video. So next thing you want to do is you want to go into the internet browser and you want to type DLSS swapper. And you'll notice the first thing is GitHub, which most of you from Flight Sim will know. GitHub is basically a place where people develop software. It's also what the fly-by-wire A320 is done through. So let's click on the DLSS swapper on the first option, which is GitHub. And as you can see, it looks a little bit confusing when you first see it. If you're not used to GitHub before, it can be a little bit confusing. So the most important thing to do is move down to this bottom right hand side. So you'll see releases here, which is 1.1.5. You click on the releases, scroll down, and then I installed the DLSS swapper, the one that I've got highlighted here, and .exe file. Downloaded that and installed it. And then let's just go onto DLSS swapper. So once that opens, I've only got Flight Sim 2024 on this PC, as you can see. But if you've got other apps, you can also change the settings of that. So what you want to do is you want to click onto the game. So if you've got 2020, this will also work as well, not just 2024. But I think it will use it better in 2024. So initially, your DLSS version here will be quite low. Because of the previous generation. So what you want to do is you want to click on DLSS, and like I say, it's going to suggest for me to return. So you're looking for version 310.21 or whatever the latest version number is. and then you want to click the arrow, which will then download it. And then once it's downloaded, you can literally just click swap. I'm going to click cancel for the minute, but yeah, you click swap, and that will change the version number. And sure, you got 310.21 here, and you do the same on the frame generation side, exactly the same process. You're looking for 310.2, download that, swap it, close it, and then that is everything with this app done. You don't need it. You can just leave it in the back, like leave it on your PC in the background. You don't need it anymore. So a lot of the videos that you see, so Mark's done an amazing one. So Flight Sim Hangar, make sure you do a subscription to himself. He does amazing videos on Flight Sim, mainly testing out hardware, different options, and I learnt loads from him over time, to be honest. But yeah, what you want to do is you want to go back onto your NVIDIA app, and hopefully you will go onto your graphics settings. So you click onto graphics. Tell you what, I'll make this a bit bigger for you. So you go onto the graphics settings here, and you click on Flight Sim 2024. And obviously I've just left everything there. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down quite a way down to where driver settings are, and move a little bit further down. You'll see this option here, DLSS override models preset. So what you need to do is you need to click on here, and you want to click latest. So I use different settings, and then you want to click onto latest, and that will bring this new DLSS version. Obviously mine won't do it at the moment because I've already got it selected, but if I went back, and it will let me change it. So you want to be on latest, click apply, and then close. If, for example, it says here in this option here, and it says unsupported, most likely it works with all RTX graphics cards. So most likely what you'll need to do is make sure you've fully installed NVIDIA. So this is the problem I had. It came up with saying unsupported, and I basically didn't know what to do with it. And that's basically all you need to do in this end. The only thing I also did change is the power management mode, but you don't need to do that. I've just preferred maximum performance. I've never seen that option before, so I thought, do you know what, bugger it, I'll apply it and see if it makes any difference. So that's what I've done for me, and then went off this and went into Flight Sim 2024. So let's just launch that, and then I'll hopefully give you a quick demonstration of how it is. In other news, so obviously you guys know that I've bought the MCDU from Wing. You'll be pleased to know I've also made another purchase, and I've also ordered the FCU by Wing. Obviously, as you know, I do have the mini cockpit FCU at the moment, and wanted to basically change it so it's all the same software. So that should be coming in the next few days. I think it's about 2 or 3 days away yet, and then we'll do a nice little video on that as well. There is loads of videos out there though, if you want to have a look in the meantime. I've also ordered the mount. So at the moment, Wing have got the mount out of stock for the MCDU. So it's called Mount 1. However, if you look on the UK version, you can find there's a 3-pack. Granted, it is more expensive, but then my thoughts was, it comes with 3. So chances are I should be able to use that for 1 for my MCDU and then 2 on the FCU. I'm not too sure if that is going to be the case or not. I'll be honest, the documentation is not brilliant with the FCU from what I can see. I've not seen anyone use it, but I thought, as it's the only one that's in stock and the ETA of the individual one was in April, it was quite a long way away, to be honest with you. And I've found that the MCU does slip a little bit on my desk. The desk's quite slippery, so there we go. And then in another news, I'm also hoping in the very near future I've always raved and ranted about Next Level Racing, about their cockpit, their flight simulator cockpit that they've got. And I've been looking at it, and I keep looking at it, and I was hoping over Christmas that the price would come down a little bit, or there'd be some sort of discounted rate, but unfortunately that's not the case. And if you want the Pro version, it's over £1,000. If you want the normal version, it's just short of, I think it's about 700. I think it's slightly cheaper on Amazon at the minute, but it's still £600. And then I was thinking, I don't know if I can justify that. I've heard really good reviews about it. But I've also found online, I've never heard of this company before, if I'm honest. A company called Dardu, which traditionally make games for like racing simulators. And there's a few videos on TikTok and things that I've seen that have the racing setup but not the flight sim setup. And I've only found a couple of reviews that have been really positive, saying, oh, it's really good and it works really well. So I'm a little bit skeptical, but the price point of this, I think it's £279, and it's very, very similar to the Next Level Racing one. I wouldn't say it's quite as nice as the Next Level Racing one, but it seems to come with very similar mounts. So I am very tempted to order it, and I think I will order it when I next get paid, which will probably be looking at obviously the end of this month, so it'll be sometime into next month, I would imagine, and hopefully we'll have our little cockpit setup, and I'll do a review on that if that's what I do decide to do. I'm a little bit skeptical just because I've never heard of the company. They've got a website, they've got a couple of reviews on Amazon, so we'll see how things go. Anyway, we're in the sim now. You'll probably notice the developer mode is still active at the moment. What we're going to do is we're going to display FPS. So as you can see at the moment, we've got 150, which is nothing unusual in the menus. We are running the A319, unfortunately the IAE version. What I thought I'd do, we'll just spawn straight on the runway. We're not online, so just spawn straight on the runway and show you guys the difference. So I've managed to up some of my graphic settings as a result of this. You'll notice probably there's a little bit more detail in the buildings, in the trees and in the grass. As you see, the Phoenix app's just booting up as we speak. And hopefully I'll be able to show you. So it's showing 180 frames. The thing is, as much as it's showing you get good frames, obviously this is limited to your response time of your monitor. So I think mine's 120 FPS is the max I can visually see out of this. So here we go. We are sat at Edinburgh, runway 24, just letting that load in, and then obviously we'll be sat on the runway. So we'll just let that load in. We've got a little bit of patching going on here. So what we'll do first is we will jump out of the cockpit, and I'll just show you a little walk around the aircraft. I'll just speed it up a little bit. As you see, I'm getting like 70 frames per second at the minute. Obviously it does dip, it's not stable at that, like we are jumping down into the 30s at some points. Obviously don't forget this game is literally just loaded as well, so it'll still be caching some of the information, but it's fairly smooth. Like I can't see any major, a little bit of jumpiness is probably more my mouse than anything else, to be quite honest. Yeah, the detail and everything looks really, really good. The grass is still looking pretty smart as well. So you see, I'm hitting a solid 30 when walking, but as soon as I'm sort of stop walking, it's sitting around 70 odd. It's just got 80 odd frames per second. Let's jump in the cockpit. The cockpit I found is the better results, to be honest. So just looking around the cockpit, I have also tested this whilst flying, and I'm basically seeing that it's loading really well, and it seems to be performing really, really well. So I'm quite happy with it, if I'm honest. Quite happier than I have been previously. And it seems a little bit more stable, if I'm honest, than it has done previously. I know we've got a new sim update coming shortly, so hopefully there'll be some more improvements with performance as well with that. As you can see, like I'm running roughly around 70 frames per second. It does vary where you are, but when I find once I'm in the air, my frame rate actually increases compared to on the ground, but I guess it's because there's less sort of 3D objects to load. Yeah, look, I'm sitting at a constant 73 frames. It drops down to about 30, but it's still better than I have been experiencing. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Apologies, it's been a little bit of a long one, but I thought I would just fill you in on this new little tactic. That's presuming you've got an RTX graphics card, which most people tend to have, if I'm honest, on Flight Sim. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. We're hoping to do a couple of flights upcoming in the next few days. Probably tomorrow, actually. I'll probably try and do a flight on VATSIM. Have a play with the new MCDU. I've not really had a chance to play it since I've been on holiday. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. As you know, I don't take any money from this channel. This is purely just a hobby, and apologies if it's not quite as professional as some of the other channels. I do try to keep it professional as possible. I'm still getting used to some of the software and things like Streamlabs. I'm not that brilliant with it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.